Last week here on Monster Truck Outlaws Hot Wheels Series, we saw Regina Steward and her brand new Wonder Woman ride getting the win over teammate Joshua Wells and his brand new ride, Iron Man. Is she going to be able to do it again, or will somebody else come along and take the win here in week number 2 of season 2? Coming off in round number 1, we got Lewis Thompson IV and his Pure Muscle truck. He's the leader of LT4 Trucks Must Soar, and he's going to be taking on Blake Willis in the Town Hauler, who was also a leader in Blakester Motorsports. Here they go coming down the stretch. Blake Willis with a front flip is going to cross the line. It looks like Lewis Thompson IV kind of died out on the cars there. Coming up next, we got Timothy Cantwell and the Bounty Hunter. He's getting set to take on Regina Steward, last week's winner, and her Wonder Woman out of Steward Racing with her husband Joshua. Here they come down the stretch. Pretty close race. Timothy gets out of shape, but so does Regina, but she barely flips it over, crossing the line. She's going to move on in the round number 2. Coming up next here, we got Jalen Prazek and his Spider-Man machine. He's set to take on Ryan Hayward in the Race Ace, new member of Steward Racing. He's decided to be a part of the team. They're glad to have him. Here they come down the stretch. Jalen gets way out of shape on the jump. Something had to have broke on that truck. Ryan Hayward moves on. Coming up next here, we have Rudy Zilligy in the V8 Bomber, member of LT4 Trucks Must Soar. Let's see if he can keep it on the wheels this week. And he's going to be taking on Joshua Wells and Iron Man, who is also a member of Steward Racing. Here they come down the stretch. Pretty close. It looks like Rudy died out on the cars as well, just like his boss man did. Something may be going on with their motors. Might have to check up on that. But Joshua Wells is going to be moving on in the round number 2. Coming up next, we got Jason Craddock in the Michigan Ice Monster out of Blazers Motorsports. These guys are really happy to be on the team with each other. They do really well. And he's going to be taking on the kid Liam Sturman in the Demo Derby. Here they come now down the stretch. Fairly close, but it looks like Jason died out on the cars as well. Liam gets out of shape a little bit, but gets past the line. Here we have James Valancourt and the Hot Wheels 50 machine. He's set to take on Jeffrey Skipper in the Bad Fast Podium Crasher, also a member of the Blakester Motorsports. Team looking really good out here on the circuit. Here they come down the stretch. James pulled a little bit all the way, pretty tight at the end, but James is going to move on. Jeffrey getting in the wall a little bit. Up next we have Joshua Stewart in the Sriracha machine. He is the leader of Steward Racing. Team's getting better and better every week, it seems. And he's going to be taking on Seth Randolph in his new ride, the Snakebite. Here they go down the stretch. Really close race. Seth Randolph pulling the front flip, hitting the cars, but Joshua's going to get past the line just before him. Here we have Savannah in the Megalodon machine, coming out of LT4 Trucks Must Soar. She's looking pretty good in her new ride this season, but she's set to take on Chris Baluk in the Bad Fast Torque Terror. Here they come down the stretch fairly close. They both get out of shape, but Chris Baluk's going to get out of shape across the line and move on. Here we are in round number 2 with Blake Willis in his Town Hauler. He's set to take on Regina Steward and her Wonder Woman. Here they come down the stretch. Fairly close race all the way down, but Regina is barely going to move into the semis. Here we have Ryan Hayward in the Race Ace coming out of Steward Racing. He's set to take on teammate Joshua Wells and Iron Man, also out of Steward Racing. Here they come down the stretch. Another close race. Ryan Hayward's going to barely get him, though, and he's going to be moving on to the semis, facing Boss Lady Regina. Up next, we got Liam Sturman in the Demo Derby. He's set to take on James Valancourt in the Hot Wheels 50 machine. Here they come down the stretch. James gets way out of shape. Something had to have broke on that truck, too. Liam's going to get out of shape a little bit, but get across the line and move on into the semis. Looking over there, seeing James out of shape. Here we have Joshua Stewart and the Sriracha machine. He's set to take on Chris Baluk in the Torque Terror, who's going to move on to the semis. Here they come down the stretch. Joshua skies that Sriracha machine, almost doing a backflip. Flips it on the cars down there. Chris Balut's going to move on. Here we are in the semifinals with Regina Steward coming back out of Steward Racing. She's set to take on teammate Ryan Hayward in the race ace, also out of Steward Racing. Here they come down the stretch. Regina pulls the lead all the way, looking really strong, and she's going to go back into the finals. Ryan Hayward all out of shape. Here we see Liam Sturman in the Demo Derby returning. He's going to be taking on Chris Baluch in the Torque Terror. Here they come down the stretch, and it looks like Liam's going to get him a good-looking run. Chris Baluch dies out on the cars. Here we are at the finals. Regina coming back in her Wonder Woman. She won last week. Can she do it again? She's got to take on the new kid on the block, Liam Sturman, in the Demo Derby. Here they go down the stretch. Regina flies on past him, and she's going to get her second win of the season back-to-back. Liam getting out of shape down there on the cars. Congratulations to Regina Steward and the Wonder Woman on winning the second race of the second season of Monster Truck Outlaws. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode and look forward to the next one. Thank you, guys.